Successfully selling your art and craft online on Etsy is partially about standing out from the crowd and staying ahead of the trends. And today I'm going to talk about how we can do this with video. We are going to talk inspiration, so hopefully you can get some ideas for the type of videos you want to start creating. If you haven't already seen in my past video, we talked about how Etsy is currently, right now, beta testing allowing videos in your Etsy listings. And it's pretty safe to say that although this is in test just now, these videos are going to roll out. So if we can jump in just now and figure out our style and our branding and learn about making videos, then when this does go live to the general population, we're going to be ahead of the curve. And don't worry if you don't think videos are for you. I've got some cheats and tips to help you out here. And also, we do not have to get it all right first time. We can practice different styles and see what suits us. Practice different ways and see what customers respond better to. But if we start right now, then we're ahead of most of the rest of the shops. So today we're going to talk about the styles of our video and types of video that you can create. In future videos, I'll talk about equipment and possibly even software. So if that's something you're interested in, don't forget to hit subscribe and come back for those videos. So the very first thing you want to think about before even starting to shoot your video is the feeling of your video. And to help you with this, it's easiest if you focus in on who your target audience is. If you know the people you're trying to appeal to, then they can give you an idea of the type of video that you're going to be wanting. Some research you can do before you even get started is have a snoop. Have a look and see what other brands, big brands, are doing. You can join the group on Etsy and have a look at the videos that people are sharing, but also look at media. Watch the tally. What kind of adverts are designed for you? What kind of adverts are designed for the cool kids? What kind of adverts are designed for elderly people? What kind of adverts catch your eye and which ones are completely forgettable? Look on brand websites and see a lot of them have videos of their product. What kind of feeling are those videos? Sit down and watch some tally or watch some media and take notes. Let's dive deeper into some of these types of videos, some of the feelings that can be conveyed in videos. So you can have fast-paced, exciting, lots of action type videos. Obviously, this kind appeals to the young or the young at heart and can be a little off-putting and annoying for the little more elderly. So if your piece is for the young at heart, look at what kind of things are appealing to the cool kids. But on the flip side of things, perhaps slow and restful videos would appeal or show a different quality. They might give the feel of a more expensive, exclusive piece. For example, if you were thinking of luxury spa retreats where people are restful and relaxed, you don't want in-your-face fast things. You want beautiful, well-lit, slow-paced videos. So if your items are designed for people who want to aspire to be in the spa, then think on that. And your colours can make a big difference too. The stark white background, the purity, or bright colours, they can make a difference. And your editing can make a huge difference for this. No matter how wonderful your background looks, a bit of tweaking around with the editing can make things look way better. No photographer or videographer takes their item straight off the camera, takes their product right off the camera and puts it right out there. For example, if I didn't color grade my videos, this is what it looks like. It's still a bit more drab. But when I put color into them, when I dive in and do everything properly, it's a bit more colorful. And professional looking compared to kind of more budget looking can give a very different feel. Professional looking, if you're charging someone $2,000 for an engagement ring, you don't want shaky camera angles. If you've got a high-end product, you want buttery, smooth, well-produced short videos. But sometimes that beginner charm, that rustic charm might be exactly what you're looking for. You're that little crafter sitting in your little craft room with a bit of a shaky camera. That could be charming. And also think of something as simple as the angle. What angle you put your camera at can influence the feel. It's no surprise that great dictators tended to be filmed from down, pointing upwards, so they had an authoritative look. And, for example, if you're taking pictures of animals or children wearing your items, it's much better to get down to their level than photograph or film them from high up. So think about the angle of the camera. Practice with different heights and different angles and see how that affects the feel, and see how that affects the feel. But not just the feel, there's so many different types of video that you can make. I want to cover some of them just now, hopefully to inspire you again. The first one that got me super excited, stop motion animation. Not just if you have cute little critters like mine. I've already dived in. I've got to do a bit more work on this. I'm sure we're kind of hitting that cute, creepy line. But if you have an item, sometimes it can be cute. Rather than put it on a turnstile and film it, just take stills of it going round and put them together into a little movie. That's kind of got a wee charm to it. The pass the brush, the TikTok type videos. If you haven't seen these, this is a kind of makeup fad that's going around where people will sit in their dull self and then get a brush, cover the lens, and when it comes back, they're all made up and looking awesome. Could you do something like that with your creations? What you make? Have your raw material, cover the lens, have what it is that you make. They could be an awesome bunch of fun and help people see you, the maker, the stuff that you use, your raw materials, your tools, and your final product all in a 5-second clip pretty much. Slow motion, slowing your video down really draws people in and it can make things look so much cooler. Again, if you're seeing a movie with a shot of people walking towards camera, when you slow that down, they look like gangsters. And the same for your product. If you're panning your camera over a product or dropping things, I think Simply Nailogical does this perfectly. Beautiful lighting, beautiful feel, but also the slow motion drip of those nail polishes. Time-lapse is another great way of showing stuff. If your item takes ages to make, just film yourself making it. Speed the film up. People love to see like a painting completely come to life. Another way I do a sort of time-lapse is with my digital art. Once I've created it, it would blow my computer up trying to film it while I'm creating digital art on the computer. But then I go back through and film myself removing each layer at a time, turn it the right way around, speed it up, and it creates this pretty cool looking effect. If you really don't want to do video, a slideshow works as well. Several stills into one place still captures the eye. And a next step up from using stills is what's called the Ken Burns effect. And this is simply moving your still pictures so that the picture appears to either zoom in, zoom out, or move left or move right. This should be fairly easy in any video editing software. Search on YouTube for the Ken Burns effect. This can make a total difference. Just a still picture, if it slowly pans in slightly, that draws you in a bit more. Or they can even be crazy and rotate and spin and do all sorts of crazy things. It just makes a picture feel like a video. Or panning and zooming on an item. Royalty Soaps is great for this. When she's showing her loaves of soap, she'll pan the camera over the top of the soap. And this always just looks really gorgeous. It brings you right in to have a close-up look at it. Or you could use a turntable to gently rotate your item while your camera's still. Or to go up another level, it's possible to make a really cheap rig where your camera goes around the item, and for instance you're dropping some beads as your camera whizzes around the item, and then in slow motion you put that all together and it can look awesome. It's a little bit technical but kind of fun if you know what you're doing. You can add text overlays because with the Etsy videos there's no sound, so you can't talk and explain what you're doing. But whatever you were gonna say, you could add text overlays to tell people you make this custom made. You can add their name, you work from photographs, tell them a little bit. And not only can the video be moving, but you can do fancy things with your text as well. Jump cuts can be a thing that the cool kids love. To do that, all you simply do is film a little bit and then move somewhere else. And you cut the video at the point where you're moving, stick it back together, and things seem to jump about the place. This can be fun and fast-paced or really annoying. And montages can be really great. Draw with Jazzer is epic for this when you're doing something over a period of time, rather than just time-lapse, rather than just statically film it. Film little bits from different angles. So you could have a close-up of your pencil scribbling away, and then next zooming in a little bit on your face, concentrating on that, and then coming in over your shoulder, and then looking from a different angle and perhaps seeing your studio. So you record several different camera angles, several clips, and sometimes they're in slow motion, sometimes they're fast, sometimes they're real time, and that again can give a totally different feel. So I hope that has inspired you to try some different effects. Again, there is fantastic sites where you can see behind the scenes at what certain advertisers have done to set up their shops. Now, they might be way out of our ability, for example, using a robot and a computer program and all sorts of things to create this rather awesome view of a burger falling together. Seriously, I thought this was going to be computer edited. It's real. But that might be way ahead of what we can do, but it might give us ideas for things to do, even dropping one item on top of the other. If it takes 6 or 7 takes for it to land perfectly and look awesome, that wasn't that big a deal to get a really awesome video. So there's some YouTube channels that are showing the behind the scenes of how the advertisers made their videos, how they made their adverts. It could be a good idea to research and have a look into that and see what could you do that's kind of similar. Okay, we don't have camera robots, we don't have super expensive, buttery, gorgeous slow motion cameras, but there's quite a lot we can do with our phones or the camera that we already have. So let me know in the comments down below, what kind of filming techniques or styles do you fancy trying? What appeals to you and what do you think that you can manage? And is there anything you want to actually learn? Something that you're inspired enough to say, I want to be able to do that. Let me know in the comments down below. Hope that helps and I'll see you next time.